So I'm going to start off this video reviewing the other video because we need to make sure that we clarify everything that we're talking about central angles, inscribed angles, and arc measures. So on the screen you'll see that I have put a reminder of our rules for central angles and arc measures. So you've already learned that the central angle is equal to the arc measure. That means that if the angle measure that you're given is at the center of the circle, right here like the 110 degrees is, then that means that the arc is equal to it. You'll see that we've got a 110 degree angle and then a 110 degree arc. If the other angle on the other side is 250 degrees, that means that our purple arc has to be 250 degrees as well. For an inscribed angle, remember the rule for that is that the arc is double whatever the angle measure is. So if the angle measure is 55 degrees, then our blue arc has to be 110 degrees because that's the arc that is intercepted by the angle. So now we're going to look at arc measures where the angles are not at the center of the circle. So this is two chords that are intersecting not at the center of a circle. Now, last week we talked about the lengths of these segments. Now we're going to be looking at the angle measures and the arc measures. So when you run across this, you have a formula that you need. Okay, now you can go ahead and start a graphic organizer like the one that we did in class for arc measures. If you want to do that, do the folding it into three pieces just like we did in class. So for chords intersecting not at the center of the circle, your formula is the angle, which would be the one here, is equal to the arc plus the arc divided by 2. That's it. That's the formula. So for this one, if we needed to find out this angle measure, we know that that's W, so when we'll plug it in, equals to, we're looking at the two arcs across from each other. Okay, now this one and the one across from it. So we're going to do arc plus arc, so 110 degrees plus 84 degrees divided by 2. So that gives me W equals 194 divided by 2. So W equals 97 degrees. That's it. That's the formula. That's how you use it. So let's do another example, and you'll see in this one that we're looking for two different angles, X and Y. I'm going to change my writing color on this one. So I've given you the formula again. Angle equals arc plus arc divided by 2. Now, we cannot find Y, okay, because we don't know the two angles that are across from Y. Okay, we don't know those, so we can't find Y. But we can find X because we know the two angles across from it. So let's find that one. X equals arc, so 130, plus arc, 38, divided by 2. So X equals 168 divided by 2, which means that X equals 84 degrees. So now we know that X is 84 degrees. Now to find Y, you should be able to do this one very easily. These two angles are creating that ever-present, all year, straight line. So if X is 84 degrees, that means that Y is 180 minus 84. So Y equals 76, or wait, that's not right, sorry. Y equals 96 degrees. And you're done with that one. If it had us finding two more, let's say it had this one being A degrees and this one being B degrees, you would know that A is a vertical angle from X, so A would have to be 84 degrees. B is a vertical angle from Y, so it would have to be 96 degrees. So see how these terms are still popping up, even in Unit 3, We're still seeing straight lines, linear pairs, vertical angles. All of these things are still around. One more, and that's it. I'm sorry I had to pause the video if I repeated myself there. For this one, we're looking for something different. This time we're looking for an angle. We're looking for an arc, not an angle. So here's our angle. This time our angle is given to us. We're looking for one of the arcs across from it. So we're still going to plug into this same formula, but this time we've got different information. So this time I have 92 to put in for the angle. I have 100 to put in for one of the arcs. I have B to put in for the other arc, and then I'm going to divide it by 2. Now, I hope you remember how to solve these from back in doing algebra. We got to get the 2 out from underneath the fraction first. So since everything's dividing by 2, we're going to multiply both sides times 2. And that gives me a cross out here. So I now have 184 equals 100 plus B. Subtract 100 from both sides. And that gives me 84 equals B. So my answer is that my arc is 84 degrees. Now obviously this is not drawn to scale. You will very rarely get a question of this kind that is drawn to scale. So this is the formula that we're going to be doing, and then we're going to add another one to it on Tuesday.